All right, here we are, season 3, disc 1. Once more time, the episodes are out of order. We're watching 46 before 45, 47, and 49. And while I enjoyed Purple, will someone explain to me who likes penicillin? But anyways, this is part 2 of the basics. And last we saw our crew, they were stuck on a planet. The KAZON had taken over their ship and landed it on a planet. So, shall we see what's going on? No voiceover or nothing to find out what's going on, except the previously on podcast. So the crew is on this planet. There's apparently an active volcano. Miss Wildman is there with her infant child. So they're walking around, they're trying to gather supplies and stuff. They find a cave for refuge. Oh, and there's a skeleton outside the cave. Neelix tells them to gather up the skeletons, the bones, because they can be used as weapons, and Hoden is not really too enthused about that. But Neelix says the first rule of survival is waste nothing. Paris is on the shuttlecraft. He's trying to make repairs when a KAZON patrol vessel approaches him. So they're in the cave. He screams and he dies. And Neelix blames himself because he told Hogan to pick up the bones. And Kes says he shouldn't blame himself. And Janeway says there's no time to worry about blame. Hogan was a fine officer and a good man. And our job is to make sure his death is the last one for a long time. I will not let this planet destroy our crew. Kes, see to it that everyone knows the tunnels are off limits. I want a clear safety protocols established. Mr. Tuvok, we need weapons. Seska activates the doctor, and she brings her child to him. Doctor, I have to inform you about a change of command. I'm curious how you react. The KAZON Ystrom have taken Voyager. How interesting. Does your program have any problem with them? One humanoid is pretty much the same as another from a holographic point of view. I'm programmed to provide medical care to anyone who needs it. Tell me, is it within your program capabilities to lie or be deceptive? I have learned that a bedside manner occasionally requires me to, how should I put it, soften, peddle the truth. But bald-faced lying, calculated deceit, I don't have much experience with that sort of thing. My program is adaptive. If you really need me to be deceptive, I'm sure I can learn. It's not exactly what I mean. I think we'll keep you just as you are. As you wish, your baby's in good health. You don't know how primitive KAZON medicine is. I'm sure Katote would be, no, you're looking after a son. Chakotay's son, that isn't his son. But you're wrong, Doctor. I impregnated myself with his DNA. That may have been your intention, but it certainly wasn't the result. See for yourself. And he monitors the child on the monitor. And he said, your child has Cardassian DNA strands and it's KAZON. Human DNA has a significant different nucleotide status. I was so certain, but he looks. He's the offspring of our Cardassian and KAZON, with no frame of reference. All right. You're going to hear a little bit of this repetitive thing because I cut myself off in the middle of a sentence. I accidentally touched the keyboard and it turned off the video. So she's in the doctor's office and he's telling her that this is not Chakotay's child, that it's KAZON and Cardassian. Then the doctor does a medical log. Medical log stardate 50032.7. I've determined that Commander Chakotay is not the father of Seska's child. I only wish there was some way to inform it. What am I supposed to do? Lead a revolt with a gang of Sandrines? Conjure up hologram of Nathan Hale and Che Guevara? I'm a doctor, not a counterinsurgent. Get a hold of yourself. You're not just a hologram, you're a Starfleet hologram. Maybe I could access a tactical database, teach myself guerrilla warfare. But that would take time. Computer, what is the crew complement? There are 89 KAZON aboard. 89. And one Betazoid. What did you say, Betazoid? There is one Betazoid. Who is the Betazoid? Suitor is on board. So the doctor contacts Suitor and asks him to come to sick bay. Then the doctor tells the computer, priority 1, delete the signature of Mr. Suitor's comm badge from the system. There is to be no record of his being on board. Then Kim shows her they have found very large eggs. Chakotay is trying to rub 2 sticks together to start a fire. Kes goes out looking for Neelix and she gets grabbed by a local. Paris makes contact with Paxum and explains the situation to him. And he needs a little help. So then the doctor and Suitor are in sickbay. They're trying to make a plan. Kes is missing. They're going to go after her. So Kes and Neelix are in the middle of the planet's natives. And Chakotay finds them. And he tries to talk to their people. And he just talks really calmly and says, hey, look, we're taking my people and leave them. We're not going to do anything. We're not going to touch you when we have no weapons. We have nothing. So they end up running in the tunnel, even though it's unacceptable. They're figuring that maybe the natives are superstitious and they won't follow them into the tunnel. So then we're back on Voyager. And Cullen is spying on them from way above. And they're trying to fix the warp core. So then we're back with the doctor. Do you have a portable Theron generator? Yes, of course. We use it to treat radiation burns. It's an old Marquis trick. Theron particles neutralize tricorder sensors. Mr. Suda, we need some weapons if we're going to retake the chip. Then we're back at the camp and the baby is sick. But we know she lives. We know that now. Chakotay, Neelix, and Kes are in the tunnel. And Kes says she feels a breeze. And they have to walk past a snake. I don't know if you can see it or not, but this is the snake. So then we're outside the tunnel. Do you really think Commander Chakotay would rather go in there after what happened to Hogan? He may have no other choice. How do we get them away from the tunnels? A couple of phaser blasts would do the trick. Who are the fastest runners here? I was on the decathlon team before I quit the academy. Track and field was furious with me. Anyone else can run? Yeah. So Chakotay's like, let's walk single file, really slowly, really quickly. So then Balana and company decide to, hey, look, bad guys, we're here. Come chase after us. Abandon the entrance to the cave and come after us. And it works. So then they run to clear the tunnel entrance. So they get out of the tunnel, and then we're on Voyager for a minute or two. It's too dark. You really can't see too much. But the guy says, I don't understand it. The thorium particles leaking into conduits everywhere. I can't get any other readings. Check the next level. So then Paris contacts the doctor. I hope you're receiving this message because if you're not, I'm a dead duck. I'm piggybacking message on a fake KAZON signal I'm sending to the bridge. I'm betting they won't be monitoring your emergency medical channel. I'm bringing help, but you have to do something first. When the attack begins, I need you to get the computer to block the discharge from the backup phaser power couplings. You got that? The backup couplings. I'm taking out the primary couplings myself, but I need those backups to overload when they switch to them. Don't do anything until the attack begins, or they might notice. That's it for now. Seeing you soon. The doctor tells him Paris's message to Suter. Suter has a little bit of a panic attack. And Cullen tells Seska that they've received the message. They've tracked down the shuttle from Voyager and it's been destroyed. Then he tells her about the Thoron, and she says it's an old Marquis trick to fool tricorders. So they're all having a little meeting up here on the rock. Tuvok says, after what transpired, I believe we have to prepare for ourselves for an alien attack, Captain. Our priority should be to increase the weapon arsenal and to begin training everyone in the use of these weapons. I don't like the sound of that, Lieutenant. We may have to coexist with these aliens long term. Nevertheless, I agree with the Captain. We have to find our way to share this world with him. You may find nobility in the Savage Commander, but he's only interested in killing you. I don't believe it. And then Kes comes out and says the baby's sick and the volcano erupts. So then Seska goes in front of the doctor. Where's your Thoron generator? It was damaged on a recent away mission and left behind. Who else in Voyager is on board? I don't know. I don't believe you. There are several dozen crewmen aboard, actually, and they've been working around the clock to sabotage your vessel. That's a lie. At most, there is one. I believe it's a Marquis crewman. Yes, of course, you're right. It is one of the Marquis. I won't play these games with trick of light. Sticks and stones will break my bones, so you can imagine how I feel about being calling names. I don't believe you would damage this ship alone. Very well, since you're obviously about to disable my program enemy, let me take the credit I deserve. I did sabotage the ship myself, with the computer's help, of course. As a matter of fact, one of you crewmen came in unexpectedly and caught me in the act. Okay? Oh, and he shows her the dead body there after they have an argument that, yes, he was caught sabotaging the ship and he killed the crewman. Of course, doctors are supposed to do no harm. Then Seska tells the ship to avoid not taking any orders from Voyager crew personnel. Then a couple of the Talaxian ships fire on them. All right. I've gone back and forth 3 or 4 times. Apparently, there's a whole section missing, or maybe this section was added or misplaced. But they're showing this, but that's not what's going on in my script. My script is showing Paris. Let me see if I can find him. Okay, so now it's gone backwards. Suda gets the message from the doctor. If you are hearing this, you've just unsuccessfully attempted to access the medical emergency program. I have programmed this message to play in the event I have been disabled. This means, of course, that the fate of Voyager now demands solely on you. I can imagine how you must feel at this moment. I want you to know you have my full confidence. You already know great courage and dedication to your crew. I have left an additional message for Captain Janeway and Lieutenant Tuvok noting your heroism. In that case, I'm unretrievable. You know what you have to do. All right, here's the doctor giving his message. So then we're back on the bridge, and they're under attack by the Talaxians. Then we're back on the planet again. Then we're back with Paris and Paxim, and they're setting up their little trap. I don't know if that worked or not. So I'm just this one sentence repeat. Paris has set up a trap, and they're going into it. Apparently, Mr. Shooter is doing some action of his own. It works, and Paris starts transporting the KAZONs. I mean, not the KAZONs, the Paxons, the Talaxians to Voyager. Damn! I get yellow. Seska wakes up from the apparent knockout gas or whatever it was, and her baby is crying. She goes to check on it and dies. That's what it says. And Color takes the kid. Paris and the Talaxian appear on the bridge. He says, I'm sealing off the bridge manually. I've got to get to the computer back online. All Starfleet voices access has been disabled. I'm reading a KAZON shuttle leaving the ship. There are also escape pods being launched. Forget them. We've got more important things to do. I cut myself off for a third time. And look how well the lighting is anyway. Color gives the order to abandon ship. We're back on the planet, and they're working with the child. Voyager returns to the planet. The crew is back on board Voyager. For the 5th time today, I have disconnected the camera. The crew is on Voyager. They have returned successfully. Welcome back, Captain. Well done, Lieutenant. I've had a lot of help. The Talaxians, the doc, Mr. Suda. Suda? We thought he was killed during the initial attack. No, and he, the doctor, sabotaged the ship. Suda disabled the phasers before they killed him. He's deceased. You should have been proud of... wait a second. Let me see if I can do this. The doctor tells Tuvok you would have been proud of him. I offer you a Vulcan prayer, Mr. Suda. May your death bring you peace you never had in life. And, they show Seska's body also deceased. Janeway walks on the bridge. She says, is the ship capable of flight? And Kim says, all propulsion and navigational systems are functioning within normal parameters, Captain. Good. Take us away from our new home and set a course for the old one, Mr. Paris. Warp 8. Heading 41 Mark 77, destination Alpha Quadrant. Janeway says, engaged. That's where the show ends. And that is the first episode of season 3, episode 1 or episode 146. Please don't forget to check out JD Rob tomorrow, and if then later this afternoon, an unboxing on Sundays. And and don't forget to tune in next week for episode 145 and then 147, 148. Have a good one.